Now it's time for everybody's favorite part of the show, listener submissions. AITA, for hating weird colored hair. Obviously, no one is an asshole for finding something unattractive. With men, that may mean that a woman is asymmetrical. With women, it may be that a man is bald or short or poor.
Wow.
Whatever, you get it. I think where I may cross into asshole town is that I not only find such hair colors unattractive, I tend to think anyone who gets them is stupid and desperate for attention. I guess I understand rationally that someone who isn't crazy or obsessed with cheap attention could get such a hair color, but I can't seem to shake the association. Whenever I see someone with these hair colors, I just think, yikes, that idiot looks terrible. It also seems a bit unfair because women seem to more frequently indulge in such colors, so maybe it's sexist too. AITA.
Oh, God.
I'm about to go Coco Loco on this one.
Please do.
So, Sarah, you know, I mean, I change my hair color every mother effing season. And I mean, look, do I like attention? Yeah. Who motherfucking doesn't? Give me a break. Do I want it? Do I do it because I want it and I seek it? No. I do it for my own mental health involvement. I do it for my own way of being confident, for my own way to feel unique and good about myself for all the times I felt bad about myself. I think when people like her say stuff like that about people who change their hair color and that it's stupid, I think they're projecting that they want to do it, but they don't have the balls to. And so they're taking it out on others. So what if someone wants attention or wants to find themselves through changing their hair color? I don't think you should be mean about it. You know, I don't know. This is speaking from experience. Sarah, do you think that I demand attention every time I come into a room just because I changed my hair color? I don't think so.
No, definitely not.
Go under the radar, right?
No, I mean, what really got me was he's like, you know, people find unattractive traits with men. Like, I love that he framed it as if the only thing that men could find unattractive about women is that they're asymmetrical, like that there's not this entire societal system of beauty standards that are based off of petty ass shit that men come up with. She's too fat. Her lips are too thin. Her hair is too frizzy. Like, you have cellulite, this, that, and the other. Like, everyone does it. You don't get to come in here like men are the more rational, like, what's the word? Evolved beings, you know, and women are shallow. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, well, hold on a second. No, I completely disagree with what you just said. Asymmetry is shallow. That's a shallow reason.
But he makes it sound like it's like scientific and like based in something other than just, and like, but the women's reason for not liking men is like, oh, you're bald, you're short.
Well, bald or short, those are similar to asymmetry. Now, poor is mean. Poor is mean because poor makes it seem like women are about getting money. So I'll give you that part for sure.
But also changing hair color doesn't always mean superficiality or, you know, it sometimes means more than that. Like someone is changing their look or maybe I'm reading too much into it, but you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't mean they're like demanding physical attention necessarily.
I mean, I feel like though, you don't want, when you get your hair color changed, you never have the thought like, I hope someone compliments this or mentions this.
Never. Sarah, you can witness because you know me, right? Like I always do more for evolving mental health. Like for me, when I chop my hair, it's because I'm going through a lot of shit and darkness in my life. And to me, it's a weight off my shoulder. Like I always like to see things deeper, maybe because like, I like to be like all philosophical, or like when I change my hair color from brown to silver, it's a way for me to say, I'm facing my fears. I need to be confident. If I can face it like this, if I can be in a room with my silver hair and you and Sarah can hang out with me and love me for who I am, then I've conquered life. Like I don't need approval it's a no approval thing. He's seeing it more of like a superficial thing. I'm not saying, oh, I'm going to get my hair silver. Now every guy's going to love me and want me. And like, that's not going through my head because no guy's going to like me with brown hair or silver hair. It's more about like, loving myself. You know what I mean? Like,
but it is kind of about rebellion is what you're saying.
It is but rebellion, part of being rebellious is finding yourself. No,
absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
From your mistakes and learning what works and what doesn't.
I have the same kind of, I agree in the same core point as Chanel, but I actually like my reasoning for it is different. Like I kind of feel like for some people it is very deep. And then for other people, it is just not very deep. And it's like, you like the way you look with this hair color. I personally think I look good in X hair color. And like, I'm doing it for myself. So I think it can be like, I mean, there's a lot of reasons that someone's going to do any sort of aesthetic like modification.
Yeah. You don't do this though, Sarah. I've never seen you with no weird hair.
No, but Sarah does it with her fashion, like, right? You play with your clothes.
Yeah,
really
I mean, like, I have 2 nose rings. I, like, wear different stuff, like, just because, like,
Everybody
I
has
like
a
it.
nose ring.
You wear different hairstyles.
Okay.
Like, she'll wear pigtails. She'll wear, like, cool, like, what she's feeling that day, right?
I just, like, wear what I like that I think, like, looks good and that makes me feel good. So it's, like, I don't know. It's not super serious. I do get my hair, like, lightened sometimes.
Yeah, I think I take it sometimes too serious. Like, that's why no one should.
No, it's not. It's not bad to like have it mean something deeper to you. It doesn't always, but sometimes it can.
Yeah.
Alejandra A writes, NTA, you can have your own opinions. Just an FYI, people like what they like, and they're absolutely able to get their hair done and know there will be judgment from other people. You'd be the asshole if you spoke on it loudly. Keep the negativity to yourself and let them be happy with their decisions.
Agreed.
Yeah, just like let people enjoy things. Yeah, also, I feel like I've never done anything because I want random attention from strangers I don't know.
Right. I know.
Well, but what if you want, well, if not strangers, you don't want to get catcalled, but you might want some guy you meet at a bar to like it or whatever, your coworker or whatever, someone you casually know to attract them.
I wouldn't change myself to attract another person.
Give me a break, Sarah. You won't put on your Sunday's best on a date you're excited about?
Yeah, that's not like I'm going to go dye my hair a semi-permanent color just in the off chance my coworker might think I'm cuter that way.
And by the way, us women know that changing our hair color is not going to attract the guy. It's obviously when we stay safe, and that's the whole thing. It's like sometimes when it does mean deeper, it's like you're not asking for the attention. You're actually going through something. Because most girls will just keep their hair like simple color if they want to attract the guy they like. Because we know that guys don't like complications or.
Man simple, man blonde, man brown.
Yes.
Man like hair. Cameron M says, is anyone else bothered about how he described men's idea of what is unattractive and then women's? Why is the women's idea so petty, but the man's is made to seem scientific by referring to asymmetry, a deep-rooted instinctual trait? This guy sounds like a mega douche to me.
Yeah.
Danielle C, NTA for not liking it, but YTA for presuming that people who color their hair are all the same. I've had blue, pink, purple, multicolored. We haven't even talked about the multicolored gals. Blonde, brown, red, and I'm not stupid or looking for attention. The kids I used to teach loved it, and quite frankly, it's fun. That's pretty fair.
I feel that. Also, I'm not going to lie. I have been considering dyeing my hair because I'm fucking bored.
So what color?
I was thinking like a pink or like a purple, like a light purple.
You would look really
Sarah,
good in
please
that color.
don't.
You would look good in
don't,
pink.
Sarah.
Danny, did you write this post?
I did write this post.
I knew it!
Oh my god! I did.
I fucking knew
it. Please don't dye your hair, Sarah. I love your hair. Don't change
God forbid you are unattracted to me. What will I do?
I didn't say anything about attraction.
Pull it off for sure. You would be able to see, like, I also think that, like, I mean, Danny, would you get mad if your girlfriend right now dyed it? Would you think she's looking for attention from you or in general? Or would you?
If my girlfriend dyed her hair like a blue or a pink or a green, yeah, I would be extremely mad. There is 0% chance of it. The chances of
she like never could. I feel like. Well, now that she's working from home, but.
Yeah, I mean, because of her job, she's a serious professional. She could not dye her hair. But, like, if I dyed my hair blue, I'm pretty sure, I don't think we'd break up, but, like, I think she'd make me live somewhere else for, like, a month.
But, like, how could you judge? Like, can't you be still a respectful lawyer or entrepreneur or professional, even with the, like, why does that stigma stay, you know, with the, you know, if I dye my hair blue, I'm not going to be taken as seriously, or I would.
I think I like that point a lot. I think entrepreneur, not so much. But when I think about doctor, lawyer, there frankly are certain professions where I think some of these rules should be preserved. I think doctor comes to mind. Like, I don't want my doctor to have a face tattoo. I just don't. That makes me a bigot. I'm a bigot. But I don't want to see that shit. I don't want my doctor to have green hair. I want, because here's what it is.
But what if he's a better doctor than the guy who has brown hair?
Because you know what I want my doctor to do in his free time? Read doctor books.
Oh
I want my
God.
doctor. I want my lawyer. I want all these motherfuckers who do serious shit to be boring as fuck.
Oh
I
my
don't want them to
God.
be interesting.
Danny, I
know
don't need
Sarah's getting mad
to
right
tell
now.
you
I know
about lawyers. Oh my God. Should we tell him?
Well, I live with a lawyer.
I know.
they're little
Should we
freaks.
tell them that they do a lot of drugs?
Firstly, I
Should
love
we
drugs.
tell you that my friend who was
Sure.
in med school partied harder than I did when I just had like a job making memes?
No, of course. They're animals. All these people, finance people are animals, of course. They're doing all the hard drugs, but I'm just saying on the job, when I'm seeing you in a professional capacity, I don't want to see none of that shit.
Right, the immediate judgment, which is sad because that's what society has like made it seem like doctors should be in a clean uniform or clean cut, simple. Meanwhile, somebody with like silver hair but looks hip could be the better doctor. That's all I'm saying, or the better lawyer. Or
You're 100% right.
Better girlfriend.
And there was a great comment, and it was a great comment that somebody left. I'm going to pull it up here because I think you are right. Even though I do have that preference, I recognize that you should always be aware of the preference. You should be aware of what it ultimately is, which is a prejudice. It is.
Yeah.
I prejudge. I don't want that to enter the picture. I think that's part of it, right? There's that word clinical, right? Clinical sterile. That's kind of what I want from my doctor. But you are right. There's nothing wrong with having blue hair. And it doesn't mean he failed med school because he has blue hair. That's ridiculous.
Or maybe he read like 10 books within those 5 hours, and then he had 2 hours to
dye his hair.
And dye his hair. Like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
It's like, like that's all I'm saying. I mean, I guess maybe I'm also projecting because I'm speaking a lot from experience where like I've been pigeonholed or like typecasted or not got the job because of my color hair. I took a chance, and it's like, what if I was great for the job more than the girl with the brown hair next door? It just
it is true, and I mean, and like I said, I think it really does depend on the job, but like. In today's Instagram society, in a world where Too Hot to Handle is on Netflix,
oh God,
I do think there is a place in our country, and this is a bit of a conservative thing to say, but I'll say it, for decorum. And I think that ridiculous is the wrong word, out of the ordinary. And that is really what I'm saying.
Word, out of the ordinary. Nice.
Thank you. Good. Let's use ordinary. The reason I don't want my doctor to have extraordinary hair, which is a very positive word, is because I don't want them to be extraordinary in that way, because that distracts from their professionalism and their decorum as a boring ass guy who wears a stethoscope and goes, "No, Danny, you do not have COVID-19. You haven't left your house in over a month. Why are you here?"
That's a good point, though. But if your doctor had green hair and he said that, you might be having trauma.
I'd be like, "Yeah, thanks, doc. By the way, you want to go hit the Jewel outside after this?" And he's like, "Fuck yeah, dog. And we'll go and we'll do it. We'll have a good time." I'm not a bigot. I'm going to hang out with them, but that's just not ideal.
Right. No, there's different points, but the way I guess this guy's using it in the context is kind of like judgmental because he's using it in a physical, like.
I mean, the thing is, if you're gonna judge a random person you see on the street for having blue hair, like you don't know anything about them, you don't know what they do for a living. Presumably, if they have it, they've thought it through, and it's appropriate for them in their professional setting.
Absolutely.
So, like.
I don't deny it. And Maricela G put it beautifully. She said, NTA for not liking bolder hair colors on people in general, but definitely an A for making baseless assumptions about people based on their hair color. Like literally, your way of thinking is the textbook definition of prejudice. And I thought that was a really poignant way to put it, because it's like, I admit it, I am prejudiced. I see this, I make these associations, but now, and I'm so happy we had this discussion, and thank you, Chanel, you didn't know that I wrote this when you said it, but thank you for outing yourself as someone who's had multiple hair colors, and I'm happy that you don't hate me.
No,
or maybe you do.
I get it. No, and I get it. I also want to make it clear with the listeners that, like, I get your side of the story, his side. I get, but I also get, I guess, and Sarah, you get me because you know me best, of like, I'm not, definitely from my experience, I'm not seeking attention. I've gone through a lot, and it was a way for me to cope. Kind of like how cutters, I mean, maybe I shouldn't bring that analogy up, but Just when you want to find yourself.
I think that's a good analogy because look, right now a lot of us are coping and they're coping mechanisms and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with coloring your hair as a coping mechanism if that's what it happens to be for some people. The reason cutting is bad is because you're cutting yourself.
Right, exactly.
That hurts. It hurts almost as bad as pinching yourself with a kid gate.
We're not encouraging that. Yeah, exactly. Like, to do the hair color, but also what I think my biggest pet peeve with this guy is when it comes to women, when men say, like, I don't want to date a girl with like this color hair, because a lot of it, what they're saying is I'm intimidated by that woman, or she was bold enough to do that. And that's not like for me, or they're projecting their own insecurity because they really want to do it and they can't because they've been, I don't know, suppressed somehow. Maybe
right.
Crazy.
Or they're afraid. Just simple fear. They are afraid of how they'll be judged. And I like that you said bold, because going back to the entrepreneur, if for instance I was someone who invested in entrepreneurs and one of these entrepreneurs had a bold hair color, I'd be like, great, that's who I want to be an entrepreneur, a bold motherfucker who has silver ass hair.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe now you would, now that we've enlightened you.
Now that I've been enlightened.
But pre-enlightenment, you would have been like, I don't want to invest my money in this crazy person who's obsessed with cheap attention.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Silverhair. You won't be getting my $15.
Yeah.
AITA for hating weird colored hair. I think we agree. YTA, you guys are going to skewer me?
YTA, and next episode we'll talk about your thing with tattoos.